We need to be aware of who our enemy is. The world is against you. There is not a day that goes by that on the media you don't see some sort of attack upon the church. Whether it's news media, or whether it's some television show, everyone's trying to knock down the church. Everyone's trying to criticize people who try to live righteously. The world is against you. And if they find a flaw, if they find a shortcoming, if they find reason to ridicule, they will. But more than the physical world, we are fighting a spiritual battle. There is a warfare taking place against the forces of evil. And that battle is taking place right here, right now, even amongst the midst of us. Now, if you listen close, really hard, you can probably hear the sound of clashing swords. Shh. Okay, maybe not. Because this is a spiritual battle that's being waged, but it's still a battle that's being waged. Sometimes we say, well, if I can't see it, it's kind of hard to believe it. But let me tell you something. Right now as I speak, there are signals going from this cordless mic to the receiver over here on the sound desk. They exist. They're going back and forth from here to there. And that's how you're able to hear me. If they were not there, you would not be able to hear me over the PA system. When you put that bag of popcorn in the microwave and you turn it on, you put the timer on there, you push the popcorn button, and it sits there, and it makes this noise, and the light comes on inside. It's not that light bulb that's cooking the popcorn, is it? It's not that fan that's circulating in there that's cooking the popcorn, is it? It's what? Microwaves. Microwaves. Have you ever seen a microwave before? Sometimes they're in the shape of seahorses. Sometimes they look like little birdies. No, you don't see microwaves, do you? And even as I speak, there's microwave signals and towers. And if you think about everything that is broadcasting signals right now in our society, and you were able to see those signals, you'd probably see them penetrating this church continuously. It would be very distracting. They're there. We see the effects of them, even though we can't see them. And I tell you what, there is a spiritual war taking place between principalities, between righteousness and darkness, between angels and demons, between powers that are unseen. And even though they're unseen, we can still see the effects of the battle in each and every one of your lives. There are spiritual forces. There are demons. That's not just a boogie word. That's not just a scare word. There are evil forces called demons that have existed, that do exist, and are trying to influence mankind. Right now, in our own bodies. How many of you are sick right now? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. Okay, stay away from 4. Stay away from those people. Okay. Most of them look like they have colds of some kind. And in their bodies are something called antibodies that are resisting and fighting the cold. I look at them, I can't see the antibodies fighting their cold. I can see the results. It's still taking place even though I can't see it. We need to be able to understand where the battlefield is. The battlefield is right now. And that battlefield is for your soul. And what determines who wins this battlefield is your involvement in the battle. Jesus draws a picture of discipleship often from the military. To be a soldier means getting into the battle, risking your life. In other words, Christianity is not lived in some vacuum. There are struggles. There are conflicts. We sing a hymn from time to time called Onward Christian Soldiers. And this reflects the fact that we must fight when demonic forces attack us in life. A Christian must be willing to do spiritual battle for Christ. And that's a high cost. Soren Kierkegaard, a philosopher, Christian philosopher, said that there are a lot of parade ground Christians who wear the uniforms of Christianity, but few are willing to do battle for Christ and His kingdom. When it comes to doing battle for the Lord, too many church members are just sitting on the promises they're just sitting on the premises instead of leaning on the promises of God. There is a spiritual warfare taking place, and we are told in the Scripture here that we read that we will be victorious. Victory is ours to claim. But in that same passage, he says, evil will come. Evil will come. It's called tax day. No. No matter how much you try to forget about it, that day does come every year, doesn't it? Evil will come. Our country does not raise an army when enemies come. It has an army for when enemies come. We need to be spiritually ready. We need to be spiritually ready. We need to be spiritually ready to resist. And to resist, we have to put on the armor. We need to be able to stand your ground. You will be victorious, even when evil comes. You will be able to stand your ground. John Steckler, come forward. I know I can call on John. He's not going to mind me having to come forward.
Oh, no, never.
Put your hands on my shoulders.
Sure.
I'm going to put my hands here.
Okay.
I'm going to push you, and I want you to resist.
Okay.
Okay, this is harder than I thought. Okay. Okay. All right. Very good. I'm not finished with you yet. All right. John resisted me. Now, John, stand straight up.
Okay.
Put your feet together.
I'm not going to fall down, am I?
No.
Okay.
That was easy. Let me do that again. He even tried to resist. He didn't want to fall down. Okay. Why was I able to push him so easy? Why was I able to push you so easy? You didn't have a good stance? Good stance to do what?
To resist.
To resist me. Very good. Thank you for your cooperation. You know,